what exactly did you do to land some of these clients or checks in a similar way to Fletch?
Yeah, well, one difference between what Fletch primarily does and what I primarily do is that I primarily will represent small business owners themselves on Google. So whereas Fletch will mainly, I believe, he'll have his own sites that generate leads, which he then offers to other businesses. What I do is I help the businesses kind of do it themselves. So they're neither one is good or bad or better or worse. They're just a different way of doing things. And so the way that I sell is very personal. It's very much through networking and personal contacts and things like that. So I try to find people and products that I want to support and I want to grow. Like Fletch said, when you have the ability to manipulate the search engine rankings, you actually have a decent amount of power. And so, I mainly work with local clients, and I'll tell you, my main motivation for that is, there's lots of big companies like Home Advisor, Angie's List, Yelp, that basically resell, what these people sell, for a markup, right? And Google prefers these big companies for lots of reasons. So I almost, in a lot of ways, feel like what I do is like a Robin Hood. Like when Walmart came into the United States, it wiped out a lot of small mom and pop type businesses. And I feel like what I do for my local clients is very much on, a counterbalance to that. So if I have, one of my local clients has an auto repair service, I help him get traffic directly to him, and then the profits stay with him, as opposed to him paying, maybe Home Advisor for it or paying Angie's List for it. Not that, again, that there's anything wrong with that, but Google's kind of set it up where it's very challenging for, let's say my client's, Joe the plumber. It's very challenging for Joe the plumber to compete with Home Advisor and Angie's List and Yelp, because Google, right, it really likes big, massive, what we call authority sites. So again, it's a little bit like David and Goliath, but that's really kind of how I feel about it. So when I'm able to take a local client, like Joe the plumber, and I'm able to get him where he's number one, he's the one getting the traffic, he's controlling, he has a direct conduit to his clients, then, that's how I like to do it. That's what makes me feel good. And the way that I generate my revenue is based on the return on investment for my clients. So, the way that I'll price, my clients is in such a way that they'll typically get a 2 to 3 times return on investment, as opposed to spending the money on other mediums. And I'd like to add this too. When I'm building these businesses, properties online, that's a permanent investment in their business. So let's say that they could choose me or they could choose Angie's List, and pay to be in Angie's List. Well, when they're doing that, they're not really doing anything to help their business. They're helping grow Angie and her business. What I do is helping them build their own business. So it has long-term results. And so again, in a nutshell, the way that I generate that revenue is my clients will pay me monthly, every month. Most of them, it's perpetual. Most of my clients, we start and they're going to be paying me monthly pretty much forever, because I'm going to be working for them forever and they're going to be receiving the value forever. So it's a long-term, relationship, and that's how I see it. I really am their business partner. I'm going to help them. Like Fletch said, I am going to help them to generate targeted traffic to their websites. But I'm also going to make sure that they're set up properly, to convert and to, collect the leads, collect, that kind of stuff. So, it's really, 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 there's really a lot to it, to make it happen. But one of the things I wanted to point out is that the great thing about OMG is that I would guess that so we've talked about 2 methods of basically monetizing the ability to turn Google traffic wherever you want. Fletch talked about generating leads and selling them to businesses as one example, and I talked about charging customers a fee to rank their businesses. So those are just two of the business models. There's probably more than 100 different ones, and OMG, I think, pretty much hits all of them, which is kind of amazing when you think about it. So, if someone is interested in this and they have no desire to work with clients, there's still dozens of other ways to make money online that have nothing to do with customers or clients. And so again, to me that's one of the real powerful things about this.
Yeah.
The basic skill is to be able to generate traffic where you want, but the way that you monetize it could be, again, it's probably more than 100 ways, I guess, to do that.
Yeah, no, it sounds like in a similar way, like what Fletch was saying, it allows you to work being the person that you are, or you said it more poetically.
You know what? Gosh, you're so right. That was perfect what he said, and I'm so glad that he said that. I'm not sure that it even occurred to me, but it's really powerful because different people have different types of personalities. Some people like to interact with people, and like I love to go and meet a client at their office and talk to them. But some people don't. Some people don't like to do that. And the great thing is that however you want to be. I wish I had his exact quote in front of me because it was awesome. You can do that. You can be yourself. So if you want to be someone who's out there, meeting with clients, you can. If you want to be someone who never has a client, you absolutely can. And the great thing is that no matter which way you choose to make money with this, you're helping somebody. It's impossible to get away from it. No matter what way you choose to use this training, someone is paying you, or you're generating revenue somehow because you're helping someone grow their business. You're always doing that, and if you weren't, then they wouldn't be paying you, or you wouldn't be getting paid for it.
So all sorts of styles. I really like your approach, the Robin Hood / giving the power back to the people, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel really strongly about that. I've seen some people that have been affected. One thing, and obviously we don't want to get off on a diatribe or anything. But I've seen people whose businesses were personally affected by Google. People that had long-term businesses that were established, and this has been a little while back, but it's still happening today. And Google will kind of change the rules on you, and then their business, like almost went away. And it's a very real thing that happens. And sometimes the way that Google operates, there's some collateral damage involved. And so part of my mission, part of my passion, part of what I do, is to make sure that I am doing the things that Google wants me to do, and staying within its terms and things like that. Doing a lot of things, to make sure that that doesn't happen. To make sure that these updates that Google likes to do and things like that, that they don't negatively affect my clients. Because I'll tell you, these are real. When I get a check from a client, that's a real person that has employees. All of my clients have brick and mortar businesses and have employees. And I'm very aware that the work that I do is responsible for putting food on their table. And I'm also aware that if I am not good at my work, if I don't do a good job, that they're going to suffer for that. That there's going to be a consequence. And so, again, it's a very personal thing. I know this is business, but it's also a very personal thing. When I win with my clients, it's really how I feel. I win with my clients. When we take that top position, I know that anyone that finds my client is going to receive a great product or service because, that's who we work with. We work with, people who are, doing good things, So, it's a good feeling. It's really good feeling to be able to help the businesses that should grow, and to help people find those businesses.